Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on the channel, we're going to talk about face plates. And so nothing more frustrating than getting a nice receiver and realizing the top of it is all scratched up. So wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to get those scratches out? So today on the channel, I'm going to show you guys my method to get most of those scratches out. And so this works great even for deep scratches, but you got to have a little balls on you because it is going to require some sanding. So I'm going to show you two methods, one by hand and one by using machine to help speed up the process. And so we'll go ahead. I'm going to throw some pictures up of what this faceplate looks like right now, and I'm going to show you guys how I like to sand it to get those scratches out. So let's go on over to my sanding machine and get started. All right, guys, so there's two ways to get this done. We can do it by hand or we can use our machine here. And so either way, we're going to wind up having to finish it by hand because this will just give us a head start and we'll finish up using our sanding block here. And so if you do the sanding block completely by hand, the whole process, it does take a little bit more time, but you'll get the exact same results and it'll just, like I said, take a little bit longer. So if you're going to do it by hand, I suggest starting out with 220 grit sandpaper and working your way up to a 320 grit. You could just do the whole thing with 220, but if you just want it to be slightly a little bit smoother and not have so much brushed aluminum look to it, go move up to the 320. So today what I'm going to do though is I'm going to start on my sander here and then I'm going to finish it off by hand. And so on my belt right now I have actually 220 grit sandpaper, and so I'm going to go ahead and start that machine up and start sanding the top of this faceplate here. And so a couple things when we do this. So this belt is not as long as the actual faceplate is. And so you have a tendency to push down sometimes right here where this is coming over. And if you do that, guys, it'll create a groove right into that. So I suggest when you're sanding this, you're kind of putting a little upward pressure right here so it's not resting on this end here. And then also rotate it. So don't just do it in one side, do it on the other. And once you're happy that you've got majority of the sanding done, you'll start to see a kind of the unsanded surface left, but then you'll also see where you've sanded at. Once you're really happy and you're really close to that, you can go ahead and finish it off with the hand sander as well. The big thing when you use the hand sander is you want to make sure you go with one steady sand all the way down. You don't want to stop or go halfway. You want to always do complete strokes when you do the sanding. And that's what's nice about using this is that it's always constantly moving in the same direction. And so it's mimicking what a whole bunch of strokes would do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, guys. You guys just stay along for the ride and we'll meet back here in a second and see how we did. Before I get started though, guys, I'm going to make sure that I put on my hearing protection and my eye protection. And I know I look cool in these. You guys don't have to tell me, but if you want to, you can say how cool I look in the comments below. And so even though we're not completely done with the process already, guys, we've already got the majority of the scratches out. And so I'm going to pause here and take a few pictures. That way you guys can see what it looks like as a partial process so far. So let me go get my other camera. I'm going to take some pictures. And so you'll be able to see in these pictures, guys, kind of the color variation. And so where the old aluminum was and where the sanded unexposed aluminum begins. And so what you want to do is sand it until you have that even, fresh, polished look aluminum. And so I'm going to throw these pictures up on the screen, guys, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to keep sanding. All right, guys, so we're about 95% there. So now I'm going to bring you over to my other bench, and I'm going to show you kind of what I do to finish it up by hand. All right, guys, so here we are back on my other bench, and what we're going to do is just hold this down, and then in complete strokes, we're going to go like this. And so these faceplates were done with brushed aluminum, and so you want to maintain that original look. And so we've got, I'd say, 99% of the scratches out of this. So now we just need to kind of finish it off, make sure it looks even across the surface. And so I've got my hand sander here, and all I'm going to do is, like I said, go on those complete strokes. There's 220 grit sandpaper on this, and so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And so as you notice, I'm going to go start here and complete stroke. And I'm going to do this till I'm satisfied with how it looks. And really, for me, it's just going to be to where it's all even. And since I did most of this on the machine, my hand sanding is going to be kept to a minimum. And I'm about there. I'm just going to turn it around and go from the other direction. And guys, it's going to be hard to show on camera, but I'm going to take some pictures. This thing looks like a brand new faceplate. And so I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm going to bring you guys in closer so you guys can see where we started and where we finished at. And so now this thing is ready to be cleaned and put back on the receiver. All right, guys, so I know it's really hard to see from this camera angle, but I'm just going to span the top of the faceplate. But all those scratches that we saw are gone.
Wow.
And so now we have a nice smooth surface without any scratches on it. So it just has that brushed aluminum look, which it came stock with. So this turned out really good. I'm very happy about it. And whoever gets this receiver will be super happy about it because they'll get a faceplate without any scratches on it. And hopefully it'll stay that way for them for a very long time. So I'll take some pictures, guys, and I'll throw them up on the screen. That way you guys can get a close-up look and maybe some better angles. And you guys can go back at the beginning of this video and see how many scratches we had in this faceplate and see how many scratches we have left now. And so I'll let you guys be the judge of whether this is a successful restore or an option for you guys. It doesn't take a lot of aluminum off. It just takes a little bit of time and patience, but you guys can get your top of your faceplates looking great again. So as always, thanks for watching the channel, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.